What's up, Bills Mafia? I got 5 takeaways from the Bills' 24-21 win over the New England Patriots this past Sunday. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you what is up, Bills Mafia. Happy Victory Monday to you, even though it was an ugly win. We'll take it. We'll take it. But guys, if you watched the live post-game show, I mentioned something in that show, and what I mentioned was I felt like the Bills offensively were very vanilla. It seemed to me like they weren't showcasing their offense at all. It seemed like they were going almost preseason football the way they were playing. No energy. They weren't really having fun out there. You could see it. You could see the body language speaks volumes, right? And I just didn't see that. I didn't, and I mentioned that in the live post game. Well, I watched the post-game press conferences by Josh Allen and the rest, coaches and players. And Josh Allen said this, and this is quite interesting. So let's go ahead and pop this up. And I'll go ahead and play that for you now.
We're at a weird spot right now where, we're still fighting for the 1 seed, but we don't control our own destiny. And as an offense, it's how much are we willing to show? Are we wanting to go extreme and show everything in our arsenal? When there's a line that you got to toe. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to go 1-0 each week and find a way to win against these guys. We're at a weird spot right now.
Very, very interesting comment there by Josh Allen. And basically, it's exactly what I said on the live post game when I said I didn't feel like they were showcasing their offense at all. I felt like it was very, very bland, generic, very simple, very vanilla. And Josh Allen pretty much confirmed that post-game. And if the offense is doing that, well, guess what? More likely the defense is doing that as well. And it does kind of make sense. They don't want to show their cards early or show their cards to any potential playoff team that we may be facing. We only have, 2 games left in the season, 3 at the time. And there was a reason why they rested, or not rested. There's a reason why players didn't play that were inactive that probably could have played. And I feel like right now, listen, they don't want to take a chance on players' injuries that are guys that aren't 100% right now on games that truly, to be honest with you guys, don't matter. Now, on the flip side of that, they do in a way because the Chiefs play Wednesday. The Bills still have an opportunity to get the 1 seed. If the Chiefs lose in Pittsburgh, there's a real chance that the Bills could get the 1 seed because the Chiefs then go to Denver in Week 18, and Denver's been playing pretty sound football, pretty good football. Their rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, has been playing great all year. And that defense of Denver's, pretty good. So I would definitely keep an eye on Wednesday's game. Christmas Day, Chiefs are playing Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because, listen, if the Chiefs wind up winning in Pittsburgh, it's over for the 1 seed. It's a wrap. It'll be really interesting to see what Sean McDermott and the rest of the coach staff do moving forward these next 2 games. Do they rest more players? Do they, really hold back on their play calling as far as what they want to show? Could we potentially lose some of these next 2 games because we're playing that way and we're resting starters? Very possible. Very possible. And I will say this as well. We're probably going to have some ugly games over the next 2 games as well. Like, it's not going to – we may get the dub, but it's going to probably look like exactly how it looks Sunday because, for us, the good news is we're going against bad teams. The Jets are terrible, and the Patriots are better than the Jets, but they're still a bad team. And they got a young quarterback. They don't have a lot of talent around them. It's a game we should win, even when we play vanilla-type offense and we have players who are inactive that are starters. We still should beat those teams. And that's what you saw Sunday. So, honestly, guys, hearing that from Josh Allen, I am not so upset like I was yesterday post-game on how this team played. Because I was really disappointed in their play. And I've been saying this all year, and I know it's funny, in a way, like Cobra Kai, right? It's a movie, Tommy. But I love the, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. I really do like that. I think and we didn't do that yesterday. We did it against the Lions. We didn't do it against the Rams, right? We didn't do it against the Patriots. We got down early, 14-0. And then we're playing catch-up again. And the only reason we really pulled that game out, guys, is because the Patriots, they're not a good team. So you can get away with getting behind against a Jets team or a Patriots team. But you can't get away with that playing a playoff team. It's very difficult to be down 14 and play catch-up all game, and play perfect football on offense. So that was my concern. But listening to Josh Allen's post-game conference, I kind of had a feeling when I mentioned that post-game that they might have been holding something back. And now that I really think about it, it's potentially they're holding back on defense as well. I could be wrong, okay, on the defensive side. But on the offensive side, I'm 100% right because you heard it from our starting quarterback. Why would he lie? All right, he's telling you that what you saw out there was very basic football. And we're not going to show you what we're going to do in the playoffs. We're not going to show you our full deck. All right? So, it is what it is. So be prepared for some ugly football down the stretch here. So anyways, guys, I got 5 takeaways. And once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. So 5 takeaways from the Bills' 24-21 win over the Patriots. Here we go. Slow start. There's our coach. Good old Sean McDermott right there, right? All feisty and mad. McDermott, man. He gets to me, guys. He does. He really bothers me at times. Like I said, it's like a love-hate relationship with me and McDermott, man. Because I love what he's done for the city and the team. Good. He's a good guy. You got to give him credit for what he did for bringing his team from the dead, right, to where it's at today. But then on the flip side, he does some things that are just so frustrating to me as a head coach. He's just the defense, especially on the defensive side of things. That zone, soft zone that he likes to play, that nickel, he just plays it at the worst times as well. You got a team pinned at their own one. You're playing a zone. Like, why? What are you doing? Why? What is going on there? Why aren't you pressuring, trying to get a safety? Why aren't you trying to get a stop there instead of letting them get yards and pick up a first down, 5 yards, 6 yards, 7, and then it's easy on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Of course, you're making life so much easier for them. We could have got great field position even if we made him get a punt, even if we didn't get a safety. But that's what he does, and that's the frustrating part of Sean McDermott and his defense. And I don't know if it's just he doesn't trust the players or that's just his scheme. Could be a little bit of both. I don't know, man. It's very frustrating. But anyways, let's get back to it. Slow start. The Bills got off to a shocking start against the Patriots. As huge favorites, Buffalo allowed New England to take a 14-0 lead. One has to wonder were the Bills in cruise control early, expecting a win. Did this team take their foot off the gas? Buffalo head coach Sean McDermott has to make sure that does not happen in the team's final 2 games. Once again, I think it all depends on how this Chiefs game goes on Wednesday. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We could potentially lose the next 2 games. If the Chiefs wind up winning Wednesday, I would not be surprised if more starters are inactive in the next 2 weeks. Now, I do think Josh will play against the Jets, but I don't know if he may not play the whole game, and he may not play Week 18 at all. And if he does, it's probably going to be for a quarter, right? You don't want to risk it, and I get that. So we could potentially lose either both or one of those games. I know they're bad teams, but I mean, I understand at the same time, you gotta. I mean, we already punched our ticket. You don't want to get players hurt, and you don't want to re-aggravate injuries, right? Like some of these guys aren't 100% right now. They could play, but why risk it, right? Let's, and I get that. I do. But we also want that 1 seed, right? So it's very important to watch Wednesday's game because we need the Chiefs to lose. And if the Chiefs lose, like I said, real possibility that the Bills get that 1 seed. And then I think they need to maybe potentially play some starters against the Jets because then it's all up to Week 18 at that point because Chiefs go to Denver and the Bills go to New England. So it's definitely something to monitor, definitely something to watch. So let's see what happens Wednesday. I think Wednesday is super, super important for this team, and really you're going to know you're pretty much going to know what's going to happen over the next 2 games after that Chiefs Steelers game on Wednesday. All right, let's get to the next one. Man, all right, here we go. Not a day for Josh. No, it wasn't. While still likely the favorite to win the 2024 NFL MVP award, Bills quarterback Josh Allen had a less than stellar game against the Patriots. Allen struggled with a hand injury in the second half, but even early on, he did not make much happen. In the end, Allen finished 16 for 29, passing with just 154 yards. He tossed a touchdown and an interception. On the ground, Allen added 30 rushing yards. Yeah, it just, once again, I think it goes back to what I said post-game and then what Josh Allen said his post-game, which was we didn't really show much in this game, and we weren't planning to. So, once again, you could see that the players really, it felt like the team was just out there, right? Like, let's just get out there, do what we got to do, get a win. But they weren't, like I said, they weren't having fun. It didn't seem like it was a fun game, even though it should have been. They're at home, right? They're playing in front of their fans, in front of Bill's Mafia. But at the same time, I get it, right? They don't want to show everything, right? They don't want to give away anything for another team to see take notes, and use that against us in the playoffs. I get it. And we still got the W. So honestly, today, I don't feel as mad or concerned as I was yesterday. However, that's offensively. Maybe defensively they did the same thing, but if they didn't, it is still concerning. Then it's concerning for me because the Bills defensively have not been very good this year. They've been okay. They've been average. And I know some of you guys are going to get on me for that, but it's the truth. It's the truth, right? They're right in the middle. Go look at the stats. They're right in the middle. The one thing that we do very well is turnovers. We get turnovers. But other than that, we're bad against the run. We're not too good against the pass either. We're in the middle, right? We allow a lot of, we've been allowing a lot of points lately. So we got to tighten things up. Now, on the flip side of that as well, we did have a lot of starters that were inactive in this game that probably could have been active. So, like I said, I think I'm going to give them a pass for that performance on Sunday because of all those things I just said, which was I think they are not showing their full deck of cards. They're not. They're just going to go out there and try to pick up the dub with a very vanilla type offense and with a defense that has a lot of a lot of backups in there, right? So that's really what it is. Now, once again, though, if the Chiefs lose Wednesday, I could potentially see those defensive players that were inactive active versus the Jets, because then it is an important game. Because now you have an opportunity. Because if they beat the Jets, you go into Week 18. Now you are scoreboard watching. Absolutely you are. And the Bills, trust me, they may tell you they're not. They will. They are. Of course they are. They have to be. Because if the Chiefs are dominating Week 18, they're gonna bench their players. They're not gonna play Josh Allen the whole game, or anybody really that is a key player. But if it's a tight game or the Chiefs are losing, Week 18 in Denver, you expect Josh Allen to probably play the whole game and the rest of the defense and the offense, because that punches the ticket for the 1 seed in a bye week. So let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Next one. Hey, but Cook had one, and he did. And I know you guys are going to get on me about Cook, but I got to say, in all honesty, he's been playing really good as of late. Taking the load for the Bills offense instead of Allen was running back James Cook. His 46-yard touchdown helped wake Buffalo up and cut into the pass lead 14-7. After that, Cook kept his momentum going, even though he did not have a ton of touches. But it got the job done. Cook mustered 100 yards rushing on 11 carries with his score. He also led Buffalo with only 26 yards receiving on 3 catches. Yeah, it was, man, when you go back and look at that box score, oh, man, guys, it was disgusting. I mean, terrible. So rushing was fine. And the one thing I didn't like, and I get that we went basically vanilla. We didn't want to show a lot on offense. But why not run James Cook more? Or why not get the other running backs involved as well? Like, why didn't you make that more of a game where we're running the ball more? It was just really odd. Even though we went vanilla type offense, that Joe Brady decided to have Josh Allen chuck it deep a lot, not really run the ball much in the second half. We ran the ball effectively in the beginning, in the first half. James Cook had a good 60-something yard run. I mean, and then we just went away from it. It didn't make sense. He had a 46-yard run. Sorry, I don't know why I said 60. 46-yard run. He averaged 9.1 per carry. And we just went away from it. Ty Johnson, 6 carries, 30 yards. He averaged 5 a carry. He had a 12-yard run, the longest of the day. Josh Allen, 6 for 35. Ray Davis, 5 carries, 12 yards, 2.4. So he didn't have the greatest day on the ground, but who cares? Why not feed the rock more to the running backs in that game, especially if you're not showcasing your offense much? It didn't make sense to me. Or why not get them involved in the passing game like you did the week before? That's not really showing a lot by getting the ball, some quick passes over to your running backs. Like, I don't understand sometimes Joe Brady play calling. I don't get it. And I felt like the way we were running that in that game, we could have controlled the clock. We could have kept the New England's offense off the field like how they did us in the first half when they had those long drives in the first half. I felt like we could have done that for the majority of the game. And instead, we went deep in the second half, kept chucking it downfield. It was just ugly. It was ugly. So we'll see moving forward, but I want to see more balanced offense. I want to see more the running backs getting involved. All right, let's get to the next one. Hopefully the secondary is healthy now. When Allen is your quarterback, on many occasions, holding a team to 21 points is a big win. However, playing a rookie quarterback in the Patriots, Drake May, you'd like to be better. Hopefully health helps. The Bills' defense was without several starters in Week 16, including quarterback Rasul Douglas, safety Taylor Rapp, Matt Milano, and also DeMar Hamlin was out as well. They're not mentioning that. So, yeah, those three might be Buffalo's top 3 pass defenders. And let's be honest, it was a victory. This might have been critical rest that trio needed ahead of the postseason. And yes, I agree. Like if you're going to rest your players, and I'm sure they looked at the schedule and they understand, and it was New England, the Jets, and New England again. They probably felt like we can get the job done with our backups. All right, and we did. Ultimately, we did. It wasn't pretty, but we did. By the way, Bale Inspector BS is what I like to call him, because he is BS. He's regressed. Like I never was high on him. I thought he played well at times. My whole thing with him for the longest time was he just can't stay healthy. But when given the opportunity as of late, the times he's gotten in, he's looked bad. He's had some bad games. And of course he got injured again yesterday, which is no surprise. I don't want to see him on the field. I really don't, guys. Like I said, early on in his career, I was happy with what I saw with him when he had the opportunity, but kept getting hurt. And eventually it was just like, this guy's hurt all the time. Like, he's never going to play. Like, it's time to move on from the Bale Inspector thing, the BS thing. And this year it's the same story when it comes to BS. So, all right, let's get to the next one. Survive and advance. Not comfortable, not fun for chunks of it, but let's take positives. As noted, McDermott has to have his team ready for the next 2 outings against the Jets. They always say New York Jets. It's the New Jersey Jets. I got to talk to Bill's Wire and just tell him, yo, you got to correct that. It's the New Jersey Jets and Patriots again, respectively. Not the best teams. One would have to think after this that the Bills won't overlook anyone. On top of that, a bit of a wake-up call and a win before the postseason. The number 1 seed is still alive for another week, and such a final could even benefit this team regardless of what spot this Bills lock up. Whatever spot the Bills lock up. Let's hope. So, yeah, once again, what I was saying earlier, guys, it depends on what happens Wednesday. It's something to monitor, something to watch. It's Christmas. I'm sure you guys are going to be watching. You're football fans. So keep an eye on that. Guys, I'm going to have the stock up, stock down video either today or tomorrow. So look for that. Also, tonight at 9 o'clock, me and Mikey go live. You don't want to miss that. Mikey has his good, bad, and ugly. It's always a fan favorite. Everyone likes that, the good, bad, and ugly. So, and there's going to be a lot of bad and ugly of this game. But once again, guys, it was Victory Monday, and honestly, I'm feeling a little better after hearing what Josh Allen had to say and why this offense was so terrible yesterday. And let's just hope the defense can wake the fuck up, because we're going to need the defense to wake the fuck up, guys. It's concerning. It is. And once again, guys, you have to be a little concerned going into the playoffs, because if the defense remains this, meaning they remain this inconsistent, right, where they are, some players step up some games, like Ed Oliver was a beast against the Lions, and then he was a no-show against the Patriots. You can't have that in the playoffs. Like, guys have to play at a high level. Everybody. It is very tough to get to a Super Bowl and to win one. Your team you got to play at a high level. And right now, our defense is not playing at a high level at all. They're playing really poorly. Missed tackles. I'm not crazy about the defensive play calling right now with Bobby Babbitt and Sean McDermott. We're giving up a lot of points to, over the last 3 weeks, really. You got to fix that up. And I get it. Once again, I get it. We have guys that aren't in the game right now. But just a heads up, when they were in there, they were there against the Rams, and we still gave up a ton of points. Some of those players that weren't in against the Lions or the Patriots. We got to clean stuff up. You have to. And if they don't, that means the offense has to pretty much be perfect in the playoffs. And Josh Allen is going to have to be an absolute beast. And we're going to have to win shootout type of games, like the Lions game. But on the flip side, look what we did with the Rams. We put up 42 points and we lost. So even if our offense is having themselves a game, we still potentially could lose, especially if you get down early. Right? So strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Let's try to keep that going, right? That's what I want to see. Because even if the defense isn't playing at a high level in the playoffs, if they can get some early stops and the offense can get going right out the gate and get us a little cushion, then I think we will win those shootouts. Because like I said earlier, it's tough to come back in the NFL when you're down, especially against good teams. When you're down a lot, that is, right? 14, 17, it is tough to climb back, especially against good teams, good offenses. We were able to do that against the Jets being down at halftime when we played them earlier in the year. The Patriots. Who else were we down to this year early in games? I forget who was it. Was it Tennessee? Was it Titans? I forget. But we were down. We can get away with it on those type of teams. Can't get away with it against, a Rams, a Lions, and of course we would see them in the Super Bowl if that's the case. But even like Baltimore or the Chiefs, Pittsburgh even. You don't want to get down and have to play catch up. So let's just hope the defense can turn things around in time for the playoffs. Players can get healthy, and we can go on this magical run to the Super Bowl and win it all. I've been waiting a long time, folks, since 1989, and I'm sure some of you guys have been waiting even longer. It's time. The time's now. It's Sean McDermott's 8th season as head coach, guys. 8th. And we're going to have a 9th. And we're probably going to have a 10th. And maybe even more. And once again, I'll go back to it. How many more years do you want to continue to roll the dice with Sean McDermott as your head coach if you can't get the job done in year 8, in year 9, in year 10, in year 11? Like, when does it stop? When do you eventually start saying to yourself, we need a new leader in this room, right? in that locker room, that is. I'm hoping, listen, I am praying to God that Sean McDermott figures it out this year. He has to. Right? He has to. For my sanity. He has to, for my sanity. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here before I go on another rant. Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.